Soar above trauma. Soar above drama. Avail yourself of one of the many playlists on my channel. It's SOARTime to help you do exactly that. Well over a year later, I am still feeding, nursing on this song by Fred Hammond, God is my refuge. This version that you're looking at, Fred Hammond Worship Journal Live, that is the version you want to listen to. Day and night, when I go out throughout the day with my headphones, cooking, sleeping, working. Sometimes I even keep it on in the background when I'm supposed to be relaxing and, decompressing and watching a comedy and whatnot, God is my refuge, my strength, my ever-present help in times of trouble. Psalm 46:1. But God bless that man right there, Fred Hammond, to sing that verse in the Bible. I don't know about everybody else, but it sure moves me every time I listen to it. You think I would have heard it for the first time. The way he starts off, and he starts off just smooth and just, God, I cry out to you because not God, Father, excuse me. He says, Father, I'm crying out to you because I know you're listening. And he's so smooth in the beginning. And then he goes up and he's going off and he's screaming, God is a very and then he gets calm again. And there's this part where he's telling the beautiful angelic singing backup singers. They sound like angels, a choir of angels. He'll get to a part where I'm pretty sure the song probably was supposed to have ended, but Fred, I think God said, no, honey, we're not ending this yet. So then Fred starts saying, just keep singing it to the backup singers. And then I don't know what they do. I don't know how to express it in terms of, musical terminology, but the person, whomever, it makes it so that the backup singers, I can't even describe it. The way they sound, it's like, I can't describe it. You have to listen to the song if you haven't heard it. So they're in the background sounding the way they sound, which I have no words. And it's so just angelic and soothing. And then Fred, he's telling them, just keep singing it. And then next thing you know, he's hollering out again. He's screaming out to God. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I know. How many videos you gonna do on this song, lady? How long you gonna talk about this song? We heard the song, okay? Can you make a video on something else? Can you make a video on something else? I got plenty of videos on something else. This was on my heart. And I was supposed to have been talking about how God being my refuge, my strength, and my ever-present help rescued me from that narcissist that I spoke about in the trailer to this channel. And I'll say it over and over again, although it was only a 2-week exposure, I never, call me naive or whatever, I never knew such horrible Black folks existed like that. And because, for a long time I was on religious lockdown. So there's a lot of things that I was shielded from in my sincere effort to practice a religion I really believe in. Notice I didn't say past tense. And so I now know God sent that boy into my world. He sent him into my world to, I'm just going to leave the camera. I'm tired of holding it. He sent him into my world to do exactly what he did. Stir things up. But that's not the story. That's not the story. The story is the way I tell it in my head. After 2 weeks, I don't go into these details in the trailer to this channel. But after 2 weeks of what is going on? What is just total confusion? I'll go into those details when I move to do so. The details I'm focusing on now is that image. That's what I'm moved to talk about now. That image that I have in my head of how God just stepped in. I didn't know what was going on. I knew nothing about narcissists. Nothing. I just thought it meant a conceited person. And the image I have is I'm in this black room. I almost said the word womb, which is what I'm supposed to say. I was in this womb because that's what God put me in. See, he likes to work in darkness. He likes to bring good things out of darkness. So I'm not going to say room. I'm going to say womb. I was in this womb of darkness. And I didn't know at the time God was creating. I didn't know he was creating. I'll elaborate on that when I move to do so at another time. So I'll go back to using the word room instead of womb. And I have this image where I'm in this room. ROOM. I'll talk about the womb some other time when I'm moved to do so. And I'm confused and I'm like, whoa, I just want to help the brother. Poor thing. He's in so much pain, but now he's causing me pain. And you just can't be talking to me any old way. Why is he talking to me? And every time he would come at me, I would be like, no, brother, no, you can't address me like that. What is wrong with? And he'd look at me like, there's this look on his face like, I'll get into that at another time. So I'm in this dark, just imagine, I'm in this dark room. Can't see the light switch. Don't even know a light switch is there. Don't know where the doorknob is. Don't know how to get out. I'm literally just sitting there just wondering, what is going on? All I want to do is help this brother. Why is he acting like that? And I'm that overly analytical, analyzing type person. I wonder, no. And I'm also a hyper empath. I made that clear in the trailer to this channel. So that hyper empathetic part of me, I just want to help the brother heal and blah, 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 blah. And I'm not making fun of myself. I'm a very sincere, genuine person. And I was real about that. There were no ulterior motives. I just wanted to help the brother, but not at the cost of him hurting me, because I come first. It's self-love first. I come first. So I'm in this dark room and I can see it so clearly. I'm just sitting there. What is going on? More details at a later time. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and just say, God walked in, flipped the light on. I can see it. I'm sitting there. He walked in, he opened the door, he flipped the light on, he grabbed me by my hand, very gentle. Come on, honey. Come on. Because if I don't get you out of this room right now, and it wasn't my intention for you to stay in this room for months, years, decades, like a lot of women have. I've read comments on the mental illness channel. This guy, self-aware narcissist, he calls himself. Well, women are saying, oh, I gave him decades of my life. I don't know how they do it, honey, because shoot, after a few days of that boy trying to talk to me like I was nobody, I'm, hey, brother, whoa now, hey. I had to tell him, no, boo-boo, no. Now, of course, in retrospect, I see a lot of other red flags that I really ignored. I said, oh, well, he's just in pain. And God sent me to help him. And we're going to grow and heal together. Again, I'm not making fun of myself because this was God's doing. But once that boy started talking to me, he snapped at me the first time. I snapped back. No, brother, we don't do this up in here. That was a red flag that I immediately said, no, brother. No, I ain't never had nobody just talk to me like that. Ooh, Lord Jesus. Girl, let me calm down. Anyway, back to that image. God stepped in. Honey, you can't just be talking to me anymore. I was taught I'm a queen, a goddess, the mother of civilization. The father figure in my life, my granddaddy, daddy used to tell Mo, my grandmother, all the time, I don't hit those children. They're too good. That's what daddy used to say. He said, they're too good for to be hit. That was my granddaddy. He said he's a capital M-A-N. That's what he was. Now, of course, my grandmama didn't listen. She whooped that butt. Old school way. Go get a switch off the tree way. Belt and whatnot. But daddy said no. So this is the type of self-esteem that was instilled in me. So this fool coming into my world, I'm trying to be upright all these years. The one time I lowered my freaking standards. After all these years of females, oh, your standards are too high. They're too high. I actually wrote a poem and read my poem about that in my series, My Gifts from a Narcissist. I need to change that because I think a lot of people think I'm talking about tangible gifts. I'm talking about lessons learned. And one of my poems, I wrote about that. They talking about your standards are too high. So this one time that I lowered my standards, a narcissist came in. That's another story. A whole about my standards and all that. That's another story for another time. So I'm in this room and God walks in. I'm sorry, I'm over my 12-minute limit. I try not to exceed 12 minutes for whomever may be listening. If not, it's okay. I'll upload it as a record to myself, as a testament to myself of how God is my refuge. I don't need for anyone to listen to this. This is my open gratitude, public expression of gratitude to God. No one has to listen. The Lord knows. I don't even have to do this audio or this video. He knows. But he's inspired me to do this because maybe, even if only one person hears it, it'll be for them. And it'll do for them what it'll do for them. So I know I keep pausing the story. Let me go ahead and wrap up the story. See, this is why I give myself a time limit, because I get to talking and shoot. Girl, I can just keep talking. But God walked into that dark room. Just imagine what I'm seeing in my head. He gently grabbed me by the hand and he said, come on, honey. Come on, baby. And he brought me out into the light. Because had he not intervened, I don't know. I'd hate to believe that I would have allowed that boy to destroy me, to break me, to make me broke. Because he kept talking about, I know you got money. I'm looking at him like, well, if I do, I ain't going to tell you about it the way you saying it on it. You act like you angry because you think I got money. I don't think I would have put up with the bull. I mean, I walked away after I crawled away. I didn't walk. I crawled away after 2 weeks. But then that part of me, mind you, I didn't know anything about narcissists at the time. After I need to see you. La, 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 la. And I said, okay, brother, well, come on back. See, I didn't know better. But God stepped in and said, no, honey. God did whatever he did on his end to make sure that boy did not come back into my atmosphere. So I was calling him saying, you okay? Everything all right? And he's ghosting me. And that's when God said, see, right there, you're overplaying your hand, because this is not the female that's going to put up with that. She may be hyper empathetic, a bleeding heart, and highly compassionate and all that, but she ain't no fool. And I've already done videos on how empathy is not synonymous with stupidity, at least not my empathy. Now, I'll give you my last if you need it, but you're not going to play me like I'm some kind of fool. I can be as sweet as pie, sweet as sugar, but you're not going to mistreat me. So God said no. He did what he did on his end because he know my heart. Had that boy came back and had he apologized, and fixed his mask up, he would have had more access to me. I'm not saying I would have put up with it, because as soon as he showed his horns again, as soon as he pulled down that and showed his fangs again, I would have done the same thing. No, brother, But it wasn't. God said, no, I just wanted her to experience this. And just 2 weeks is enough for her heart. I have other things for her to do. You will not misuse her time. You will not do that. So I'm going to step on into the room. I'm going to bring her out of that darkness into light, and she's going to stay in light. I haven't seen that boy since, I haven't seen him up close since I walked away, since I crawled away by God's grace. I crawled to my refuge, my strength, my ever-present help in that time of trouble that I never knew people like black people like that existed. Just wicked, okay. I want to say I went off on some tangents, but I didn't. I didn't stick to the script that was in my head, but it's okay. And I certainly didn't stick to my time limit. So I'll wrap it up. I just want to say, God is my refuge, my strength, my ever-present help in times of trouble. In the way Fred sings that song. If you have not heard that song, then you better go listen to it, because it will help you to soar above trauma. It will help you to soar above trauma. Peace. Peace, peace.